Hello and welcome to Season 3 of the Seafoam Isles Draft League. This is Battle 7, I believe, of Week 3. This battle is between Morgana and the Motostoke Mawiles and Compkin and the Conversion Porygon Z's. The Mega Pokemon in this match are going to be Mega Diancie for Morgana and Mega Mawile for Compkin. Mega Diancie is here. The Z Pokemon for Compton are Z Attack Hitmonlee, Z Any Rotom He, and for Morgana, it is Z Attack Charizard, Z Any Jolteon. Rotom Heat and Charizard are both here. Off the bat, it looks like Registeel is here, likely to set up some hazards, like probably rocks, and then at the very least to try and counter Mega Diancie. I believe Mega Diancie has things to counter Registeel though, so if Registeel is not defensively invested, it's going to have a pretty hard time with it, I believe. The rest of Compton's team looks... well, Kyurem Black is scary, but aside from that, it looks relatively strong. Kind of bulky. I know Swampert and Rotom Heat are both pretty bulky, and anything that can hold Eviolite usually has a respectable amount of bulk. The only outlier here really is just Weavile. Weavile being a dark type can help at least try to counter a defensive Mew variant, but we'll see if that happens. And two ice types on this team means Haxorus is in a lot of trouble. Keeping Rock's control, I take it back. Rocks is not as big of a problem as long as Charizard's not holding a Z Crystal, but if Charizard is holding a Z Crystal, then Morgana hopefully has Defog on Mew to help it actually stay alive. Swampert looks like it can do a little bit, at least being able to hit Diancie and Charizard super effectively. Beware is kind of just Beware. It's got good matchups on this against Compton's team. Being a fighting type and being up against Steel, Dark, and Rock type, Steel, Dark, and Ice types is always a good thing. However, looks like Morgana's team is a little, aside from Mew, is a little more on the offensive side. So we'll see how Morgana uses his team. The same will go for Compton. I'm eager to see how this plays out. Really eager to see if we maybe have some more offensive, like bulky offensive Pokemon, or if Morgana actually has more bulk in this match. But again, we shall see. Without further ado, let's get it started. As far as leads, I think Registeel, Mega Diancie, or Registeel and Mew. I think those are two pretty easy leads. But Registeel for sure, I think, leads off here. Compton trying to decide what Pokemon to use. And here we go, we have Mew and Kyurem Black. So I was right on Mew, kind of, but Kyurem I wasn't so sure of. No nickname on Kyurem, though. We have Jenny. Jenny the Mew. Kyurem uses Draco Meteor. And Mew goes for Taunt. A very interesting start. I'm surprised Mew didn't just straight go for Stealth Rock. But it went for Taunt, which means it... oh, there's a Stealth Rock. But if it went for Taunt, that means this Mew might have a decent amount of speed on it? I'm intrigued. But out comes Rotom Heat. This might have a very strong move to take out Mew, or it could just be the defogger for Compton's team. Mew uses Roost, and then a Volt Switch comes out. Well, this Mew is relatively fast. Out comes Weavile, takes 24% from those pointy stones littering the ground. Calderberry weakens knockoff, which almost KOs Mew, which goes for a Will-O-Wisp crippling Weavile. That Colbur Berry was pretty huge because that was a lot of damage. It could be choice banded because there was no recoil. And that did a lot of damage to Mew. Then again, Weavile is also just really, really strong. So, we could just have an adamant Weavile. Goes for knockoff again, makes me believe that it is in fact choice banded. The Diancie switch-in could be pretty safe here, especially since it will be holding that Mega Stone. There is Sakia, the soon-to-be Mega Diancie. If Weavile doesn't have much else he can do here aside from dealing with Haxorus. But if Compkin wants to keep Weavile in for Haxorus, he needs to switch. Out comes Swampert. Moonblast is going to do a lot, 58%, and decrease his special attack. Mega Diancie is very, very strong. That Moonblast did a lot of damage to a pretty bulky Pokemon. Out comes Weavile again, taking another 25% from those rocks. Moonblast is going to KO it. It's now 5-5 even match. Now out comes Thwacky. Grassy terrain goes up. Out comes Grotus the Weezing. Grassy Glide does 17%. A respectable amount to Weezing. But it heals back up to almost full after the Grassy Terrain and Black Sludge recovery. Out comes Rotom Heat. Will-O-Wisp is going to do absolutely nothing, and this Rotom appears to be Heavy Duty Boots. A lot of status passing on Morgana's team. Pretty good play all around. Defog comes out, getting rid of those Stealth Rocks and the Grassy Terrain. Sludge Bomb comes out, poisoning Rotom Heat and doing 29%. With Mew down, Morgana likely now no longer has Stealth Rocker available. Volt Switch does 23% to Weezing, and Rotom switches out into Swampert. Flamethrower does next to nothing, 9% to Swampert. Has neutralizing gas. Means Swampert could hit it with an Earthquake. Morgana could also switch out. Compkin could predict the switch, or Morgana could predict the prediction. It is Pokemon. Anything can happen. But right now, if Morgana wants to be safe, you can switch in Charizard. Or Haxorus even, I think. Earthquake does 71%. Wow, Weezing is strong. But it fires off a Will-O-Wisp, burning Swampert. That's not very good for the Swampert. Earthquake will still KO, however. The only thing that Swampert can now effectively one-hit KO would be Charizard with a Rock Slide if it even has it. Earthquake doing 71% means that there's probably a little bit of defensive investment in here. Sludge Bomb does 11%, not taking out Swampert, meaning it can fire off another attack, but this turn Swampert went for Stealth Rock. That might mean Registeel doesn't have Stealth Rock, but it still could. Earthquake does 24% though, taking out Weezing, and the burn damage also takes out Swampert. It's now an even 4-4 match. However, Rotom is poisoned and a little low on health. Out comes Charizard. It is not Heavy Duty Boots, meaning its HP now drops to 50%. As I'm sure everyone knows, Stealth Rock is incredibly fair and balanced. Draco Meteor is going to take out Charizard. now 4-3. I do, of course, joke when I say that. Defog is now very prevalent, which helps balance out Stealth Rock incredibly. I think that's the main reason why they distributed Defog, is to help balance out Stealth Rock, which is, or at least which was, an incredibly broken move. Mega Diancie comes out, taking a little bit from those pointy stones on the ground. This could probably be a it's probably going to be a Moonblast. If Carbon Black has any qualms of living, it does in fact switch out into Registeel. Rock Polish comes out, meaning that this Diancie is now going to outspeed just about everything. Earth Power does 40%. Registeel uses Body Press instead of Heavy Slam. Registeel might not have Heavy Slam. However, it does have Leftovers, which means it's going to take... it's a clean 3-hit KO. Unless something magical happens. Body Press does 32%, so that's also a 3-hit KO, it looks like. It's a pretty fast-paced match. Turns have been going by relatively quickly. It seems, however, we've hit a little bit of a calculation block, so... out comes Huggy Wuggy the Beware, and whack the Thwacky. Thwacky is the only Pokemon that has a nickname. Incredible. But anyways, Noel's favorite Pokemon is now on the field. Our good friend Huggy Wuggy. The question is, what does Huggy Wuggy do? So, Thwacky at the very least has a priority Grassy Glide. Uses Drain Punch, Chople Berry. Wow, that did nothing. And a critical hit Double Edge does 85% to Thwacky. So, I believe that means this is Fluffy? Because Drain Punch did, it's going to do 22% now, healing up to 12%. Double Edge is going to take out Thwacky and deal a bit more recoil to Huggy Wuggy. It's now an even 3-3 game. Rotom does come out. This is likely going to use Overheat or Flamethrower to try and take advantage of the massive defense that Huggy Wuggy is currently sporting. Or to rather counteract the massive defense that Beware currently has. Right now, even 3-3 match. 2 Pokemon here, 1 poisoned, both pretty heavily damaged. If Beware outspeeds, it likely just takes care of Rotom Heat, but I highly doubt that that is the case. Both of Morgana's other Pokemon do resist Fire-type moves. Out comes Mega Diancie. This is going to be a Will-O-Wisp on Mega Diancie, but it's not going to work because of the Magic Bounce, and because Rotom is not only a Fire-type, but also poisoned. So just no Will-O-Wisps. Nothing going there. Likely means Rotom doesn't have the pure offensive capability to take on Beware. Rock Polish comes out again. Volt Switch is going to do 32% to Mega Diancie. Body Press will cleanly KO it now. Out comes Registeel. Restores a lot of HP after Leftovers and Grassy Terrain. 41% on the Earth Power. Body Press does take out Mega Diancie. It is now a 3-2 game. Pretty evenly matched all around. Out comes Huggy Wuggy again. As I suspected, it does outspeed Registeel. Huggy Wuggy now has a lot more HP than it started with. Out comes Rotom Heat. This Will-O-Wisp is likely going to cripple Huggy Wuggy. If Haxorus has a Choice Scarf, it likely wins. Unless Kyurem is defensive. Overheat is used. That does take out Huggy Wuggy. It is now 2-1. Gravestone the Haxorus comes out. That is such a cool shiny. It uses Outrage. Now is the moment of truth. If it holds a Choice Scarf, it wins. If it is not Choice Scarf, Kyurem wins. It is not Scarfed. Kyurem takes out the Haxorus. It is a 1-0 victory for Comkin. A very, very good game all around. Both trainers just went back and forth this whole match. Really, really exciting. Surprised Registeel didn't have Heavy Slam specifically for Mega Diancie, but overall, very good match for these two. I'm really excited to see how both of them do further down the season. And with that, I bid you adieu. Stick around for more matches later this week. I believe we have one more match, and then we go on to week 4.